We're live here on YouTube. What are you guys saying? I'm not out here trying to wait for man to get in the chat. And I know I put the schedule out late, but I did tell everyone at the end of my last video. So if you didn't watch the end of my video, it's kind of your fault that you're not here. I basically want to put this live stream on one because it's a little bit easier to do the video instead of just talking to the camera alone and no one responds. It's kind of quicker to get to YouTube as well sometimes. But if not, then I get to speak to you guys in the comment section live, which is pretty cool. If everyone does come in to the chat, then how long the structure is, I'll do the predictions one by one, and then I'll take a few comments on that prediction. I want everyone to comment their predictions in the comment section, obviously in the chat. And yeah, we're just gonna have fun. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, I'm your boy Hugo the Savage, you know, like that. And yeah, as you see, 6th of December, Sunday if you're abroad. If you're in the UK, it's Monday morning, early times, or midnight, I think. Nxt Takeover Wargames. The Nxt Takeover Wargames has become what Royal Rumble, I think it's on par. I think obviously a regular takeover on the WrestleMania weekend is like the WrestleMania of NXT, and then Takeover Wargames, because it's such a staple match, it's around like maybe, I think it's as big as Royal Rumble in NXT terms. Or you can take Elimination Chamber or whatever like that. But yeah, it takes place on the 6th of December. I think it's at the Capitol Wrestling Center, Florida, where they've been doing all the pay-per-views anyway. Yeah, I'm actually excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I seen it building a while ago with the teams and how things were playing out. But NXT never disappoints me on a pay-per-view. I'm yet to. Someone will have to comment below and let me know an NXT pay-per-view that you didn't think was interesting. They've got everything right, and I think with NXT as well, which the main roster have started to do a little bit more now, they're not as long. Now, I like to see as much wrestling as I can, but you got to remember, with WWE, a lot of the time, it's filled up with adverts. It's drawn out. It's just these long, drawn-out adverts, and you don't even get the backstage segments and stuff as much. NXT, you get 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours of just straight wrestling, and it's always perfect. And then on the main roster now, you get kind of the same, about 3 hours. Not longer, it was going on for a long time, and you get more backstage stuff now. But I'm very excited for it. I don't know if anyone's in the, people are in the chat, it looks like. Okay. Lord of Darkness, what you saying? Man, like Savior Chaos, what you saying? My son's in the chat, is, you know, I'm like Brown Chang, and in the chat, you get me? Yeah? Favorite show of the year, okay. So, well, it's becoming, it's not becoming one of my favorites. It's definitely one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. In terms of NXT, it's probably up there. I think the only thing what takes it away from me on the War Games is that nothing's in that match. It's all about bragging rights. Nothing's actually on the line in terms of titles, which makes sense. You can't have a 5-man title. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's yeah. I don't know, but we're going to get into the predictions anyway. Like I said, if you're watching this back later, shout out to you, but you should have been here at the time, you know, like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's very exciting, like I said. So if you see me looking to the side, it's because that's where my laptop is. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, to make sure that you lot can see him. I'm in focus and stuff like that. And then I'll focus on the comment section after. I think the first match on the card is a singles match. So we're going to go there first. And that match is between Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa, or Tommaso Ciampa. How it's been going over the last, maybe since he returned, but definitely over the last 4 weeks to 5 weeks. They've had this little feud going on, and Timothy's been putting on his wrestling school in the ring, and it's actually great. The thing is, Tommaso Ciampa is NXT alumni. This guy is NXT legend status now. Now, I know that everyone on the main roster in WWE now seems to have come from NXT, but when you talk about takeovers and NXT, the 2 names that come to mind before anyone else for me is Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano. They set the bar very high. The bar! They set it very high for me. So I always know when Tommaso's in a match, it's going to be great. Now, this is a bit strange. It seems like it anyway. It's not as much as on the main roster where you have a kickoff show or anything like that. But the fact that it's on first in War Games isn't really a slight on either person, because in this War Games takeover, there's usually only about 4 matches. The two War Game matches take a lot of time up. They're usually going on combined with people coming out and stuff. They're an hour at least, or 45 minutes, something like that. So, but my prediction for this match. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with I'm not going to go with what I want to happen or what I think will happen. It's a prediction, so I'm going to go with what I think will happen. It takes nothing away. Now, I'm pretty much down with Tommaso Ciampa winning most matches he's in, because I think he's incredible. I think it's great. I don't know on this one, because I think like Timothy Thatcher's lost big matches before. I think the last big match he really had was against Matt Riddle. Formerly known as Matt Riddle, now is Riddle, and he's gone up to the main roster. But in my eyes, the way it's been going, I think Timothy Thatcher is going to school Tommaso Ciampa on the art of just pure wrestling, and then Tommaso's going to beat him up and win the match. So I think Tommaso Ciampa in this match is going to win. This is probably the one out of all of them that I'm probably likely to be wrong on, because I just don't know how it's going to go. But yeah, I'm going to go with Tommaso Ciampa. I'm going to go with my head on that one. I was going to quickly go to the comment section and see who's in there. So we've got man like Brother Nero. Yeah, that's my guy, you know. That's my guy, Brother Nero, and that Ciampa is going to destroy him. Yeah, I believe the same. I like your avatar. It looks pretty cool. The missus is in. Okay. You know, like that. Now you know my missus' name. Don't be trying to Instagram it and that, bro, because it's a problem. You know, like that. Got Michael Smith in the chat. What are you saying, Michael? Yeah? Okay. So I'm saying only one person left a prediction so far. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go with Tommaso Ciampa on that one. The match what we got after that is the strap match between Cameron Grimes and Dexter Loomis. Now, for me, this is kind of an easier one. I know Dexter Loomis was injured before, and that's why he went away for a little bit. But he was on a formidable run at the time. He was beating up everyone. Now I know that he did lose within that time, but pretty much he destroyed everyone he came across. And it seemed that eventually he was going to build towards Karrion Kross and Dexter Loomis eventually. The guy's a bit of a weirdo. He ain't a bit of a weirdo. The guy is strange as hell. But Cameron Grimes isn't the you know what I mean? He's got a couple of screw loose as well. So this one should be interesting. It's a strap match. So obviously it's like Grimes, you can't get away from Loomis in this. You're going to stay tied to him. Cameron Grimes as well is one of those guys that seems to be getting a push. But if you can be mid-card in NXT, then that's what he is. Because I don't know what that match was. I'm thinking of a Fatal 4 ladder match. That's what I'm thinking of. I think Bronson was in it. But yeah, Cameron Grimes lost out on that match as well. I'm going to go with Dexter Loomis on this match. I would be very surprised if Cameron Grimes picks up the victory in this match. And if he does, then I know that, okay, I feel where WWE is going with this one. But you never know. Match after that, I think we've got the triple threat North American title match. This is between Leon Ruff, Johnny Gargano, and Damian Priest. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you wouldn't have thought that this match would be happening at any point. If you asked anyone 2 months ago to predict matches in the future, I promise no one in the WWE universe, NXT universe, would have put this match together. Yes, Damian Priest versus Gargano, but Leon Ruff in this match. And not only that, he is the champion. And obviously the way I'm speaking sounds like I'm trying to disrespect the guy. I am not trying to disrespect the guy. If you watch my video when he won the title, I actually said it was hard for me to get behind him at the beginning, only for the fact that his name is Leon Ruff. And it sounds like Leo Rush. I'm not even making it up. They have similar fighting styles. Leon Ruff and Leo Rush. And obviously Leo was my guy and he got fired and I weren't very happy about it. So yeah, it was just me being petty, but it's what it is, and I'm a petty guy. So but he paid his dues, he's great. The dude, this little clown thing with him, boy, he's a small guy, like he's built like a 12-year-old, and he's a year 9 guy. If you're in America, it's 8th grade, you know, like that sophomore thing, you know, like that. But he can wrestle his ass off. Gargano, I don't think I need to talk about the guy when it comes to matches. This guy is Johnny wrestling for a reason. One of the best in the world for me. I actually prefer his wrestling as a face for some reason, but it don't really matter. He's great. Johnny Gargano does his thing. Johnny wrestling. Probably going to come out in some kind of Marvel costume. Amp for that. And then Damian Priest, who I love because he's so different to anybody else, a.k.a. Eddie Gordo, a.k.a. you know, like that. I love Damian Priest. Comes out with the wet hair and that. You get me? Oh, yeah, you know, like that. This geezer moves and that's got bare kickboxing, karate skills and that, moving like Bruce Lee. Don't touch me. Hit me or what? I'll touch you back. You know, them levels there. What? Bare moves and that. And he's tall as hell. To do the moves he does as a big guy, it's kind of ridiculous. He has the mix of being a powerhouse, height, like the speed of the little guys. Listen, this match could steal the I'm lying. I was about to say this match could steal the show, but it can't because, well, we know why it can't, because war games, in it. The war game matches are going to do the thing. So in this one, I'm actually going to go with Leon Ruff to retain the title in this match. Although he's been a bit pally with Damian Priest, but that's going to go out the window once the bell goes. I can't believe I'm saying it, and like I said, it's not disrespectful. I really can't believe it. I'd love to get him on the channel. Actually, I might try and send him a direct message, or I don't know, on YouTube. So I'll do something because I'd love to speak to the guy. But he's actually a great wrestler. So I'm going to go with Leon Ruff to retain. That might bite me in the ass. Who cares? It is what it is. It's a prediction, and that's what I mean. Like, it can only go one way or the other. So I don't need people to go, "Oh yeah, I told you, Hugo, you was wrong." I'm like, well, duh. I can only be right or wrong. You know what I mean? I can't. It's not like there's 5 different people to choose from. You know what I mean? It's not a Royal Rumble. I told you, you know, like that. So that's where we're going with that one. The match after that, and I think there's only 2 matches left. NXT is not very long, so the longest you'll get of NXT is maybe 3 hours, and that's normally on the takeover at WrestleMania. But the next match is the first War Games match. The ladies are on the show. I'm only saying the ladies so I can distinguish it from the match after that, which is the men's one. But realistically, it doesn't even matter because the women in NXT put it down, and yeah, you see the smile on my face because I grew up on wrestling when the women were just doing the mad thing. Now, obviously, I was a young kid, so it didn't really bother me as much. It was just bare bra and panties matches and mud fights and that, you know, like that. But when you wanted to see the wrestling, they really just showcased a handful of women to fight. And even those handful of women, even legends like Lita and Trish Stratus, didn't get that long in the ring. So it really makes me very happy to see the women being treated right. You know what I mean? This isn't new to WWE now. It's been going on for at least 5 years now, but it just makes me happy to know that when the women come on, it's not used as a toilet break and stuff. That's what people used to do back in the day. They used to go toilet on the women's matches in the arena, go get your popcorn and that, and come back and wait for the main event. But now these are the main events, and it wouldn't matter to me if this match was going on at the end or going on in this spot. You know what I mean? So I'm for it. But let me tell you who's in the match. Hopefully I don't get this wrong. In this match, Team Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, Toni Storm, and Indy Hartwell. That right there is the heel team. The team's great. Listen, if we go through the different people, we got Mrs. Johnny wrestling in there, Candice. She's been, like, 2020 has been a shambles, but for Candice, it's been great. She turned heel. She's working with Johnny more. It's been great for her. She hasn't picked up that title yet, but she's been in the title matches. She's fought against Io Shirai and stuff like that. So she's had a great 2020. Dakota Kai, one of my favorite heels. You guys know this already, that the last War Games, when Dakota Kai turned, to me, and I don't want to hear the arguments, one of the greatest heel turns of all time. Let me know in the chat if you believe the same. That was one of the greatest heel turns of all time. It wasn't because of who it was. It wasn't because of who she turned on. It wasn't even because it was like ultra shocking. Now, the heel turns what are at the top of the list are always going to be because it's really shocking. It was out of nowhere. This was kind of out of nowhere, but some people were kind of like, I think at some point she's going to get mad and turn. But the way she did, the way she snapped, the way she got angry, and the hurt, the beating she put on the legs. I don't know, man. It can't just be me who thinks that. It was a great heel turn. But yeah, that's what I think of Dakota Kai. And then we've had the emergence, we've just had the introduction this year of Raquel, aka China, aka I don't even know. Like, she's a mix of like so much different things. Listen, maybe I shouldn't have put in the same sentence as China, and that's fair enough. But I'm talking about the modern day, and in the modern day, we haven't had anyone like her. The way she carries herself, the stature, the power. She's still kind of keeps it feminine, but no one looks at her and goes, you want to date that because she's in that, like that. She's moving a bit mad still, but I'm saying she's still. I don't know what it is, man. She's very good. She's very good. And I'm probably saying it just for the way she looks, to be honest. But when I see her, I think Sonya Deville and China in one person straight away. Yeah. I mean, who got in a Dream Poor Boy game or two? What are you saying? Like that. I'm coming back to the prediction, but I have to big up the man them in the chat still. What are you saying? You get me? Yeah, more that 702 from Malaysia and that. You got the Malaysian man them. You get Demon Team Malaysia, like that. Straight out of the Savage University, Pro Wrestling University and that. That's how we roll worldwide. Hoorah. But yeah, Smoke on Gonzalez, Tony Storm, the wrestling's just like there's levels to wrestling. She's so good. I watched her perform in the UK a few times. She was actually before she was in the WWE, so it's a bit crazy for me to see that she's on the main roster now. But she does her thing. She went away for a bit. I think that was down to COVID more than anything. She smashed it in NXT UK. I'm pretty sure she was the first NXT UK champion. I know she was actually. So, she done bits over there. And then Indy Hartwell, who's just like, you just see her slowly creeping, and you just know that in 2021, Indy Hartwell's she's gonna take her place rightfully as one of the ladies, killing it. I can see it already. I already know. So yeah, I'm down with that. You get me? The next team. This is a lot. I was supposed to do this prediction short, and now it's gone long. But like that, man, like Lord of Darkness, like that. You get me? But yeah, I'm gonna go for the next team pretty fast. The team Shotzi's team, obviously Shotzi Blackheart. We've got Shotzi Blackheart. She's just. You know how I mentioned Damian Priest? There's nothing like Damian Priest. There's nothing like Shotzi Blackheart. There's nothing like the way she looks, the way she wrestles. She's a bit wild with it. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. She's been the face of the last two pay-per-views. Well, not pay-per-views. It was a Tuesday, but Halloween Havoc and War Games. She seems to be the brand behind it all. I don't know why, but she's doing great. The adverts look good and stuff like that. I think she's really good. The green hair and that. She's good. In the ring, she can wrestle. So, like that. On her team, these people don't really need too much bigging up, but she got Ember Moon, who she returned earlier in the year. Happy to see her back. She had that big, bad leg injury, and I thought it was over for her. But she's back, and I just want to see her get to the heights where she was, because realistically, she wouldn't have chose to go back to NXT. You can see that she's just done it now because she's returned, but she was doing bits on the main roster. In fact, I feel like WWE might have thought she lost her way a bit because they wasn't using her as much. But in terms of what I've seen, she's a great wrestler. I think she comes from the Booker T school of wrestling, and she's pretty good there. Io Shirai is the women's NXT champion. You don't know how I am about Io Shirai. I just think Once she loses that title, she's going straight to the main roster. That's what I think about Io Shirai. There's no use for her in NXT anymore. She's great. Like, if they are using it as the platform to push people on, Io, go to the main roster. Hopefully they don't treat you like some of the other women that have gone up. But she's amazing. And then who else? And Rhea Ripley, former WWE champion, fought Charlotte at WrestleMania. Maybe since that match between her, Charlotte, and Io Shirai at the Great American In Your House, where she lost. Obviously, Io Shirai won the title. She's fallen away a little bit. I don't want to make too much of a judgment because I feel like a lot of people feel like it feels like they've all been pushed aside. But realistically, it's just because there's been a pandemic and wrestling's been all over the place. And if you travel somewhere, it's very hard for you to come back. So I don't know. But she's very different. She's very strong. She's a very good wrestler. She's only young and she's getting better and better. So I can only see great things for Rhea Ripley. But yeah, I've just said all the people in it. It took me like 10 minutes to mention who's in the match. And now I need to tell you about the match. Well, it's the War Games match. It's in 2 cages with 2 rings. And the winner of this match, the thing is, the team Shotzi seems like they shouldn't lose this match. But surely at some point the heels have to win. You know what I mean? I'm going to go against my better job. I'm going to go for Team Candice to win this match and shock everyone. And I'm going to go for... I don't know who's going to pick up the victory, but I was going to go for someone then. If I was going to go for the face team, I would go for Team Shotzi to win and Shotzi Blackheart to pick up the victory as well to get the final pin. But I just don't... It's very hard, but I feel like the heel team has to win at some point. That is literally my prediction on it, because if you ask me to predict on just based on the better wrestlers or who the thing's good, I can't. I really can't. You know what I mean? I feel like if it was a regular match, I'd definitely go for Team Shotzi. If it was just like a 5-on-5 or something like that. But the fact it's in a War Games cage with 2 rings and the weapons can be involved and there's an advantage to like people coming out and stuff, I just feel like the heels will prosper in this match. So I'm going to go with Team Candice. And then the final War Games match, which is the men. Oh, man, yeah, I'm so excited for this. We have the Undisputed Era. We have Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Larkin, and Danny Burch. This has been building for a while, ever since Adam Cole had the heated discussion with Pat McAfee on his podcast. We got a match between them two because McAfee kicked him in the face, nearly punted his soul out of his body. And ever since then, I've been so impressed with McAfee on the mic. You can just tell what he does as a job. I know he was an NFL footballer, but you can tell that he's just like he's in media because he's so good on the mic. And the people in his team can talk, but they don't need to. You get the tag team champions seem like hype men behind it, and you get Pete looking like the dark destroyer that he is, and you just don't know when the Bruiserweight gonna snap. Don't get me started on Pete Dunne, Birmingham born from the end. Shout out Pete, inbox me, rude boy. Pete, if I go against you on this video, it's nothing personal, like that. Anyway, the Undisputed Era. Let's just since they came in, I think it was when Drew McIntyre won the NXT Championship against Andrade. That was about 2 years ago now, maybe 3. But I think it was 3 years, 2.5 years ago now. And they came in. There was 3 of them: Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and then we had Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong in a tag team. They got to the Dusty Cup final, and then Roderick turned on Pete and joined the Undisputed Era. And ever since that moment, at that point, I was like, I can't believe he's turned on him. But ever since that moment, whether the heel or face or whatever they are, I just can't help but get behind them, the Undisputed guys. I really cannot help but get behind. Yeah, like that. Yeah, the Undisputed Era is going to win this match, bro. Are you mad? Are you mad? They've been in this War Games match already and lost, but they're going to win this match, bro. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And I actually think, and don't hold me to it, but we're coming towards the end of the year. The next pay-per-view after TLC is Royal Rumble, unless they put one of them mediocre, fast lane, Great Balls of Fire, dead pay-per-views in the way. I think that we really can get Undisputed Era into the main roster in January, and they deserve it. None of them have any titles anymore. I think it's the perfect time. I think fans will start to come back into the stadiums. AEW's already got fans there, and yeah, there's nothing left for them to win on in NXT, and there's no more people for them to go against. This is the last team. They've been against everyone, singles competitors, groups. They've gone against everyone. They've done like craziness. This is one of the greatest factions of all time. Brother Nero says it was Drew versus Bobby Roode. Yeah, that's the match I'm talking about. My bad. Not Andrade. Yeah. You got it. Because Bobby was the heel in that match. And that was when Adam Cole gave him a super kick at the end. I remember the crowd going crazy. They didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I can't go against Undisputed Era in this. I actually think what I said is going to happen. I think they're going to do it. And then they're going to... I don't know if they're going to get called up to the main roster straight away, but I do reckon weeks after, that'll be the end of Undisputed Era in NXT. And we get to see them move on to the bigger... we get to see them move on to bigger things than NXT, sadly. But I need to see Undisputed Era at next year's WrestleMania. And it's not that long away. Think of it, we've been in a pandemic so long that now we're in December. Once we get to January, WrestleMania is 4 months away. Undisputed Era need to be there. So that's who I'm going with. Undisputed Era to win that match. So there's my prediction, guys. You've heard it. You comment below and let me know what you think as well. I'm going to jump into the comment section and answer some of your questions now as well. But let's go. Dream Poor Boy Gamer 2. Big man, I can't keep calling you that because it sounds crazy still. When I'm saying it, I feel like I'm saying some craziness. But I hope tonight Roman beats up Kevin Owens. Roman's my guy, but I don't think Roman's even going to put... I don't even know if Roman's going to put a hand on him. I think Roman's just going to buoy him off, son him like he's an idiot. And then when it gets to the pay-per-view, when it gets to TLC, Roman will finish him off. But I do reckon Jay will put the hurt on Kevin Owens. He'll surprise attack him. Pat McAfee team wins. Bro, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Yeah? I went with Undisputed Era because I just feel like if it's literally because I said I think they're going to get called up, but if this is their last hurrah in NXT, then it's either going to have to finish very drastically where both teams are down, but they lose and then leave, or they finish on top and then go up to the main roster. Also, if we go after the last War Games, Adam Cole, I think he got given the madness off the top of the cage for Tommaso to pin him. I just feel like they've got to win at some point, but yeah. What Lord of Darkness? What do you think about Sting's debut? I don't know. Did you watch my video? Did you watch my my reaction to it? What I think about that was the exact excitement you seen in that video is how I really felt. I was so excited. It's starting to kick into me. It's starting to kick in now that I'm thinking Sting's 61. And no one can tell because he's got face paint on and he never gets fat, so you can't tell. But he's 61 years old. And the last match he had against Seth Rollins, which is 3 years ago now. Was it 3 years ago? No. What were we in? 2000? Bro, it was ages ago. It was ages ago. The match he had with Seth Rollins when he started feeling tingles up his arm and he got the buckle bomb and he didn't know what was wrong with him and his body was falling apart. No offense, and you know what I mean. People have problems, but now it's settled into me that he signed a full-time contract with AEW, and I don't know if he can cope full-time. So hopefully he gets help from the guys around him, but I'm sure he will. And Sting's been around so long, 4 decades of badness. I don't want to be the one to question him. I was just very happy with the nostalgia that we got Sting. I did go through my mind that the fact that we got Sting was like, why couldn't we have got Sting Undertaker for the last time? If Sting is able to wrestle and stuff like that. I love the Boneyard match, but he could have gone against Sting. That's just my point. But to be fair, AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers in the world, maybe the best. So it is what it is. What we got? What we got? I'm trying to keep up with this. Brother Nero, Team McAfee wins. Yeah, you see what I mean? Everyone's thinking the same. That is what I was going with in my head as well. But I don't know. And I don't know where they go from there as well, because Team McAfee, they don't have to stay together. I don't know if he's signed a proper contract with the WWE or if it's just a short stint. The tag team champions are the tag team champions. And let's be honest, he's my boy, but we need to get Pete Dunne moving on to get that NXT title now. We do. We just do. Finn's my guy as well. But he needs to start challenging for this, because he should be on the main roster by now, Pete. They should have called him up ages ago. Yeah? I know he loves NXT, but they should have called him up ages ago. Giza is badass. You man don't understand. He's been wrestling since he was 13. He lives and breathes wrestling. So yeah. But me going off on a tangent again. Hopefully now Davis Wants Jr. officially left MLW. He could settle for a Robo. And I don't know how to comment on David Boy Smith, because obviously the last time I seen him wrestle was a while ago. He looks so much like his dad. It would be a good appearance. I don't think it would be like a massive thing. Even if fans were there, I don't think there'd be a massive pop. I think there'd be a shock though. But I would like to see him. Even if he came in through NXT and built up his fan base again. It's very hard for anyone who comes in now to kill it without the fans being there, if that makes any sense. Because some people thrive off the fans, and some people will look like they're not doing a lot when they are, but there's no fans there to react to. You can't tell, but I'm with you on that. Shout out for you anyway. Guys, make sure you like the video, please, and subscribe. I know you're a Tottenham fan, but I'll allow you, like that. Team record wins. We've done that one already. Undisputed Era to win. Christian Ridley. Yeah, I think the same. I'm just concerned Raw, SmackDown can't book Undisputed. There's so many. Yeah, Brother Nero, to be honest, I wasn't saying it with that in mind. I was just saying I think it's going to happen. I've worried the whole time that when they go up to the main roster, they're not going to be booked properly. There's just something different about the main roster, how they treat people coming up from NXT. Maybe, hopefully, they just get to do what they want. Hopefully they get free reign. But yeah. 2015, yeah. So it's more than 3.5 years, 4 years ago. Whoa, 5 years ago. God damn. So he went through that injury 5 years ago where he couldn't feel his arm and stuff. And now he's 61 and he hasn't been wrestling. So I don't know if I can trust that. It's not that I can't trust Sting himself. I am worried. I don't want to watch wrestling or watch anyone get hurt to a point where it affects their life. Now, losing the feeling in your arm and getting tingles down the back of your neck is serious stuff. That means spines and nerves and that, like that. Andrew, what do you think about Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley match? Oh, what do you think about it? Oh, the one when he broke the hold. Was that? Yeah. Listen, Keith Lee, I've not seen anything like Keith Lee before. I've not seen anyone move at that size. Vader used to move like that at that size, but Keith Lee's a different beast. And Bobby, I'm so glad that that MVP came in and took him under the wing, because when Bobby came from Impact, I wasn't impressed at all, because I knew what was going to happen. Bobby's always been like, I don't want to say boring, but some people are great on the mic and wrestling. Some people don't talk much. And then some people talk and they don't really like. Bobby for me always was like, I just need to see you in the ring wrestle, because I wasn't really interested in what he had to say. But now I love Bobby Lashley. I started loving Bobby Lashley more when Leo Rush was with him, and I wish Leo Rush was in the Hurt Business as well, but obviously he's gone. I was so mad about that still. I don't think I'm going to get over that. Costume. Oh, look at that. Yeah, War Games. NXT champ. Oh, bro, don't, bro. Tell me, you have to agree with me on it. He should be NXT champion by now. Doesn't mean he has to be champion at this moment, but by now he should have. He had the NXT UK Championship for so long, broke all kinds of records. And I know it was a new belt, so the record was a bit, like that. But still, he was doing so much, and I feel like for a lot of people, it's no one's fault to be honest, but for a lot of people, this whole pandemic thing really messed up a lot. With Pete, he had just had a newborn baby. Pandemic hits, of course, go back to the UK, be with your child. You know what I mean? You're gonna miss out on that. Stay for what? For just wrestle man them and that. So I get it, but for me, I don't know. I think he's so good, and I've spoken to the guy personally, and this guy breathes wrestling, bro. You can see the passion. If you watch him training in the gym, you'll know what I mean. He does his bits, man. But I'm gonna head off, guys, because I actually wanted to try and make this stream like 20 minutes. I want to get a little bit more used to having smaller, like shorter streams, and then we can do them more. We can do them in the daytime instead of always waiting for a pay-per-view. I will not be streaming NXT Wargames, Takeover Wargames. I will be doing my regular reaction video so wait for when it's finished, Wargames. A couple of hours after, check out my reaction. It will be there. If you haven't liked the video already, please like the video. Thanks for everyone who came in. I know that is a bit spontaneous. I put the schedule up earlier, but I want to try and do them where I can put the schedule up the day before. So what I might do is I might start making, it's Friday today, but what I might do is start making a Thursday midday a live show where we can do Q&As and you guys can speak to me and you can get your chat on the screen and have your view, because I know everyone's got a lot to say and it's very hard for me to comment back to all the comments in the comment section when I've got a busy life as well, and I don't want to be that guy to seem like I'm dissing a few people. So yeah, I'm gonna ask Anna, Bobby Lashley needs an MVP character to be signed and destroyed on the great mouthpiece leader. I find Lashley like Apollo type. Anna, 100% agree. 100% agree with you. You've said it perfect for me. And I think it's a bit sad for Apollo, because when they were trying to get him to join the Hurt Business, kayfabe, he should have joined. You know what I mean? I actually think Cedric could have done without more, because he's just a high flyer on it. They don't need to talk as much. As you see, Ricochet doesn't need to talk and stuff like that. But you're right, 100% agree with you. Kevin Owens, SmackDown champion. No. Stop that. The head of the table is the head of the table, and ain't no one taking that belt off him. And if Roman is going to lose that belt, he's probably going to be at WrestleMania. But his WrestleMania record's pretty good, I'll give you that. But he ain't losing that belt for now. Bobby should be treated like no one in ECW. Never brought out boy the Hurt Business unless someone has to die. Yeah. It's true. But I think in the modern wrestling, I think if you're not seeing people forget about you, I think that's how it works. The only person who can get away with being at the back and coming back whenever they feel like it's Brock Lesnar. I truly believe that. Even in the pandemic with Roman having his kids and coming back from leukemia, they tried to cancel Roman out of adverts and stuff like that, and no one was talking about him anymore. So 100% agree with you if it was way back, but now you need to be seen, or people move on so quick nowadays. Same here, bro. Promo work is not the best, but as MVP comes in, he has his Paul Heyman Lashley in 3 months. 100% agree. 100% agree, and I do believe that title, because it's on Raw as well, he should be the one to take Drew's title off him at some point. I believe it. It's very believable as well. Look at the size of him. They've had their feud already. They can go again. I mean, he got cancelled out of that match. He was supposed to have the championship match and he didn't have it. He ended up with the US title, but it doesn't seem prestige enough for Bobby Lashley in that group. That group needs one of the big belts. They're not on SmackDown, so they can't have the Intercontinental title. They probably should take the tag team title at some point from the Street Profits. It'll make that team way more legit. Roman needs to champion wrestling. Yeah, brother Nero, I agree. Like, if it was up to me, Roman would keep the belt forever. You know, like that. Bro, I want to see all these Samoans in one group together, bro. I want to see them get Tamina on board. Jimmy comes back. Imagine that, man. Jimmy and Jay, the champions. Roman, the champion. Tamina, the women's champion. Listen, it can work, you know. Or Tamina and Nia Jax could have the belt. Yeah, maybe beat out Shayna Baszler. You know, like that. Can someone tell me where is the Forgotten Sons? The Forgotten Sons, there was a bit of I might be wrong here, but there was a little bit of a scandal at the beginning of the pandemic with, I think it was Jackson Riker is his name. He was making some comments about like Trump and the WWE locker room, if his political views. Now I know that ain't gonna bother Vince because Trump and Vince are at home, isn't it? But I think he rolled up the locker room a little bit, and yeah. But I was actually all in on them because I think that they just look great. But yeah, I think that's what happened with them. Jey Uso versus Otis WrestleMania. I wouldn't put it past it happening, but I really don't want to see it. I think they gave Otis the push. They pushed him in the wrong direction though. The Money in the Bank messed Otis up. He lost the Money in the Bank. And you know that was because they must have thought they made a mistake. He lost Mandy and he lost Tucker. So it's a problem. Bad 2000. Man had the greatest and worst 2020 there is. Lord of Darkness, Jackson Riker. Yeah, Brother Nero, that's what I said. It was like, I don't listen. I'm not even going to put it on this channel, to be honest. But I don't really want to go down the route of saying someone is 100% racist or whatever. I do believe some people can just say out-hand stuff or stuff what ain't politically correct and come across that way. But I definitely seen tweets. So I'm just going to say Google Jackson Riker's tweets, and it'll come up. And he was definitely saying stuff about like guns and Trump, and I don't know, man. He was saying some dodgy stuff. I think it was around the time of the Black Lives Matter marches and stuff like that. And I just think in terms of marketing with WWE, you can't be saying stuff when they've got Make-A-Wish to do. Is Seth going to return as the Messiah? I don't think he is. He might return as something close to it, but I don't think he'll be all in like he was. They messed up Seth by not giving him more disciples, but obviously it's not his fault. Austin Theory went back to NXT. Murphy's moved on now. AOP's gone. So, yeah. But I think he sacrificed himself in that Survivor Series match so he can be with Becky. She's actually, time's gone, because of the pandemic, time's gone so quick from Money in the Bank. She was obviously already pregnant then. Her belly's massive. I think she's about to give birth sometime soon, maybe within the next month. So I think he wanted to be with her. But guys, I'm going to get off now. So don't send any more questions because I'm going to feel bad not answering them. But I've been your boy, Hugo the Savage. Thank you very, very much for joining the stream. It's been fun. I got love for all of you out there. We'll do it again. Just comment below on the SmackDown video, which I will do tonight. Just comment below. Let me know if you get behind the stream. But it's been fun. I've been your boy, Hugo the Savage. If you see the Fiend, if you see a paedophile, you know what to do.